Welcome back to all of you to my fourth video lecture. Last class we had started a chapter named The Cop and the Anthem written by O. Henry. In the last class we had discussed about a person Soapy named Soapy. So basically he was a homeless man and since winter was approaching and he used to live in New York, so he need to plan for how he'll remain safe for the winter. And he had he had different plans of him spending winters, though he had options of asking help from other people, but he chose Blackwell's Island prison for spending 3 months of winter to be the best way. So let's further continue what else. So here Soapy does his best to be on the wrong side of the law. As we all know that in order to go to prison we need to do something wrong so that we get arrested. So that means Soapy's plan was to do something wrong. He did his best to be wrong. So the next point that is he tries three tricks all in vain. So continuously he tries three tricks in order to go to prison. The third point is the fear that no cop will ever catch him makes him sick at heart. So if he was afraid that if no cop will catch him, then how would he able to spend his winter safely? That thought make him feel sick. So let's study further what was his thoughts. There were many easy way of doing this, that is going to the prison. The most pleasant way was to go and have a good dinner at some fine restaurant. Then he would say that he had no money to pay, and then a cop would be called. It would all be done very quietly. The cop would arrest him. He would be taken to a jail, to a judge. The judge would do the rest. So this was all he thought, that the best way was to have a good dinner at a fine restaurant, at a very posh restaurant, and then after having dinner he would say that he doesn't have any money, and then the managers, the owners will call the cop, and then he would be arrested, he would be taken to the judge, and then the judge would do the rest, that is uh, give him prison to Blackwell's Island. Now let's see what happens. Soapy left his seat and walked slowly out of Madison Square to the place where the great street called Broadway and Fifth Avenue meet. He went across his white space and started north on Broadway. He stopped at large and brightly lighted restaurant. This was where the best food and the best people in the best clothes appeared every evening. So here you can see that Soapy had decided that he'll go and have a good dinner at a fine restaurant, and then he'll say he doesn't have any money. So for that he just walked slowly towards the Madison Square, out from the Madison Square towards the street called Broadway and Fifth Avenue. The street name was Fifth Avenue, and the Broadway where it meet, there was he went across this white space and started north on Broadway. So towards Broadway, he started walking towards the north and stopped. He stopped near a very brightly lighted restaurant, and this was the restaurant where the best people wearing the best clothes, appearing best come every evening. So this was the place where he decided he stopped there. Now let's see how much you have understood. According to Sophie, most easy way to get arrested was have a good dinner at some fine restaurant and say he has no money, have dinner and skip away from restaurant, both A and B, all the above. So what do you think, what will be the answer as we have studied now itself? So his idea was have a good dinner at some fine restaurant and say he has no money. Okay, so let's study further. Good students, you are very cooperating. Soapy believed that above his legs he looked alright. His face was clean, his coat was good enough. If he could get a table, he believed that success would be his. The part of him that would be seen above the table would look all right. The waiter would bring him what he asked for. So, Soapy believed that as his look above the leg was all right, he was quite clean according to him, he was well dressed, his coat that he was wearing was good enough, and he believed that he'll get a table and he'll ask, and success would be, if he gets a table, success would be his. So after that he can ask the waiter to bring whatever he wants, whatever food he wants, and then the waiter would bring it to him and serve him. So now let's see further what happens. He began thinking of what he would like to eat. In his mind, he could see the whole dinner. The cost would not be too high. He did not want the restaurant people to feel any real anger, but the dinner would leave him felt and happy for the journey to his winter home. So now, as he believed that he would be getting entry in the restaurant because he was well enough dressed to get a entry, get a table to the restaurant. So now he began thinking what he would like to eat in his mind. So in his mind he planned the whole dinner, and since he did not wanted anyone to really get angry, he just wanted that his task to be fulfilled. So that's why he planned a decent amount of dinner which would keep him fill and make his journey towards his winter home happy. So he wanted just that his uh, stomach to be fulfilled and his work to be done. He did not wanted anyone to really get angry on him. Okay, fine. So let's continue further. But as Soapy put his foot inside the restaurant door, the head waiter saw his broken old shoes and the torn clothes that covered his leg. Strong and ready hands turned Soapy around and moved him quietly and quickly outside again. So now, since he tried to enter the restaurant, as he tried to enter the restaurant, the head waiter saw Soapy at a glance, saw his torn clothes and torn clothes and torn shoes, broken shoes and torn clothes that covered his leg, and strong ready hands. Strong people came and just quietly took Soapy outside the restaurant. So here we can see that Soapy's what he had planned was not uh, did not work according to him, and he was back again on street. So please answer this question. Why did the head waiter stopped Soapy from entering the restaurant? So just now we had read. Please answer the question in the chat box. I'll be waiting 30 seconds for you. Hope this lecture is interesting for you. Okay, so head waiter stopped Soapy as he was wearing torn clothes and broken shoes. The reputation of restaurant might be spoiled. That's why he stopped Soapy from entering the restaurant. Good. Let's see further. Before that, we can see here a gentleman look. This is the person who is on the right has a gentleman look, and this is the person who might get entry in the restaurant. And let's compare the look of Soapy. Do you think that he's well dressed enough to get entry in the restaurant? No, he isn't, because his shoes are torn, his shoes are broken, his clothes are torn. He's not. He's very dirty. He has not even taken bath. So anyone with this look might not get an entry in a fine restaurant. Okay, so let's see what's his further plan. Soapy turned off Broadway. It seemed that his most easy way to the island was not to be his. He must think of some other way of getting there. At a corner of 6th Avenue was a shop with a wide glass window, bright with electric lights. Soapy picked up a big stone and threw it through the glass. People came running around the corner. A cop was the first among them. Soapy stood still. He smiled when he saw the cop. "Where's the man that did that?" asked the cop. "Don't you think that I might have done it?" said Soapy. He was friendly and happy. What he wanted was coming towards him. So here in this paragraph, we can see here that as Soapy was sent out from the restaurant and he was not allowed to enter, now he turned back from the Broadway. It seemed that the most easy way to go to Blackwell's Island was crossed. Now he needs to find some other way. So at a corner of 6th Avenue was a shop. At the corner of the 6th Avenue there was a shop with having the white window glass, and it was very bright and lighted with the electric lights. So what Soapy did? Soapy just picked a big stone and threw it on that glass, and just when he threw the stone, he did not, after throwing the stone, he did not run. He just stand there smiling, and when anything happens, what the first thing that occurs is people people come running towards the place where any incident has happened. So similarly, in this case also, as he threw the stone towards the door, towards the window, people also came running, and yes, and among that, cop was the first who came running, that to know who threw the stone. So the cop said, "Where is the man that did that?" Now the cop asked, who's the one who threw the stone? So the Soapy answered, "Don't you think I might have done that?" So, and after saying that, he was very friendly, he was very happy, because what he wanted was coming towards him. He wanted cops to arrest him. So as he has done a crime, and now the cop is also here, he might be getting arrested. Now let's see whether he gets arrested or not. So now you might be knowing the answer for this question. You can write in your comment box. Soapy was angry, that's why he threw the stone on the glass window. So he was angry, that's why he threw the stone on the glass window? No. This was his another attempt for going to Blackwell's Island. Very good. So now recapitulation. In today's lecture, we had studied about what was Soapy's first plan for going to prison. What was the Soapy's first plan? First plan was he wanted to have a good dinner at a very fine restaurant, and then he would say that he doesn't have any money, and in this way the cops will be called and he will be sent to, and he will be taken to judge, and the rest will be done by the judge. Okay, so the next question is, why was Soapy smiling while looking at the cop? So as he has committed a crime, so after committing a crime, why was he smiling? Yes, since he wanted the cops to come and to arrest him, he thought that now his work will be done. The purpose because of which he threw the stone on the window towards the window was going to be fulfilled. Okay. Now the third question is, what was Soapy's main goal? So what was Soapy's main goal? Soapy wanted to go to Blackwell's Island for 3 months to spend his winter. Very good. So students, now this is your homework. Enlist the criteria of personal hygiene followed at your school. So at your school, what are the personal hygiene criteria is there? Like your nails is been checked, whether you have taken bath or not, whether you have polished your shoes, whether you're wearing clean clothes or not. Whatever the criteria is, please do write that. The next is, read English newspaper and note down 10 difficult words with their meaning. So 10 difficult, you need to read a newspaper and write 10 difficult words along with the meaning. This will improve your vocabulary. So that's all from my side, students. Thank you all. Have a nice day.